Today's review has been brought to you by the Red Ribbon Reviewers, wishing you a Merry Christmas and a safe New Year. Well, it's Christmas time once again, folks, and tonight I decided to bring back my Santa hat and ugly Christmas shirt to give you guys a present-sized review for the holidays. And tonight, we're going to be looking at a sequel to a Macaulay Culkin movie that's surprisingly not Home Alone. It's Richie Rich's Christmas Wish. Created in 1953 by Alfred Harvey and Warren Kremer, Richie Rich follows the antics of the world's richest rich kid, or as he's known as, the poor little rich boy. He's got a giant mansion, a butler named Cadbury, a house robot named Arona, and a dog named Dollar, aptly named for having dollar signs instead of spots. He's had all kinds of media, ranging from comic books to animated series, but some may also remember the 1994 live-action movie starring Macaulay Culkin. The movie wasn't very good. Mac looks bored throughout most of it. The plot with Van Doe trying to take over the rich family fortune is uninspired, and there really aren't a whole lot of laughs. Except for maybe this part.
Oh my God, my nose! I look like Michael Jackson! Mom!
Hey, what can I say? Some jokes are timeless. 4 years later, Saban Entertainment, the people behind such classics as Addams Family Reunion and the Casper sequels, produced a direct-to-video sequel that combines Richie Rich with It's a Wonderful Life. Probably because they knew they couldn't do Home Alone, and A Christmas Carol was too overdone. Boy, if they only knew. But is this movie still a fun romp for the holidays, or is it just a big bag of coal in a stocking? Well, let's find out. This is Richie Rich's Christmas Wish. Roll the footage. The movie begins in a flashback sequence where we see Richie as a baby, along with his parents Richard and Regina, played by Colonel Mustard and Miss Scarlet? I was not expecting this alternate ending to Clue. Even the baby looks confused. We cut to 12 years later, where we see a now 12-year-old Richie running through a hotel. The Rich Manor. Filling in for Mac in this movie is David Gallagher, well known for playing Simon in Seventh Heaven and Riku in the Kingdom Hearts games. All credit to the kid. He does give a likable and down-to-earth performance as Richie, but he just lacks the sort of charisma and star power that Culkin had. To add to that, his character is portrayed as also a bit of a nudnik, and you'll find out why in a little bit. So Richie goes out in the snow to play snowball tag with his friends, including Gloria, played by Michelle Trachtenberg. Said game of snow tag takes place on these giant souped-up snowmobile cars, armed with snowball cannons. Awesome! Unfortunately, their fun is cut short when Richie's butler Cadbury, played by the late Keen Curtis, uses a special super controller to bring all those snowmobiles back to the mansion. Damn, if I had a controller like that, I'd be a 6-time Norwalk Havoc champion. Turns out the controller was invented by the Rich's mad scientist Professor Keenbean, played by Eugene Levy. And I'm not gonna lie, he's the best character in this whole thing. He's just being so over the top and having the time of his life, even if the content he's doing isn't primetime Emmy material.
Richie! Down here! Make a wish right in there!
Hey, no matter what material he's working with, whether it be the dad from American Pie or Johnny from Schitt's Creek, he is still a national treasure. Hey, I just realized the mom from Home Alone was in Schitt's Creek too. Small world. While in the lab, Keenbean shows Richie his newest creation.
Wishing machine!
So how does it work?
This is an authentic Peglosaurus dinosaur wishbone. It's the largest wishbone ever discovered. So it provides optimum vectors to generate the fibrillator conductor. That is the molecular wish receptor. The MWR collects residual wish energy from all over the world and converts it into pure wish-granting power. There is one small catch, and that is the MWR only works one day out of the year.
What day is that?
Christmas Eve.
I mean, it makes sense to only have it work on Christmas Eve. Could you imagine owning something that has that much power? Ugh. Oh, magical golden dumpster. I wish for a big titty goth girl. So Richie gives the wishing machine a go.
I wish for a big pie!
we're standing in a pigsty. Really?
Well, that's what happens when it has the same system as YouTube auto comments. We're also introduced to Richie's house robot, Arona. And yikes. Freddy Fazbear, eat your heart out. Well, it's a good thing D12 isn't here, or he'd really be thirsting for that thing.
Drink!
Damn it. So it's now tea time with the Van Does. And I take it this movie takes place in a different universe from the original, because why the flying fuck would you invite Van Doe after he tried to kill you guys? But whatever. Also, the Van Does are played by Littman from Seinfeld and Donald Thump's second wife. How very method. But the big story is we meet Richie's bratty cousin, Reggie, played by Jake Richardson, who you may remember as Peter from Fudge, and the potassium-deficient kid from Honey, We Shrunk Ourselves.
Hey, what are you looking at? Don't you people have jobs? Somebody clean up this mess. This is disgusting. Hey, you! Bring me an arm and a footstool!
Reggie is being such a malignant cancer that he needs a banana, and not one in his mouth.
Highly expensive, but hey, you're worth it. I'm sorry, I forgot to mention.
Water! Water, quickly!
Aw, come on, Reggie. There's nothing wrong with a little Frank's Red Hot. I put that shit on everything. Oh, that's strong! Oh! That actually wasn't that bad. So Richie and Cadbury are due to deliver presents to the orphanage inside a giant sleigh. Unfortunately, Keen Bean has lost the super controller to the sleigh, so Richie has to drive it manually. What? Why would you let Richie drive that thing? He can't even drive a Fiat. Why not have Cadbury or Sergeant Mooney drive it instead? Oh, that's right, because then we wouldn't have a plot. It turns out Reggie has stolen the super remote, and when he manages to go full Grand Theft Auto on Richie and Cadbury's sleigh, he sends the two on a wild, out-of-control romp throughout the city, destroying just about everything in sight. GTA Christmas Edition? I beg to differ. Hey, a big titty goth girl followed me on Twitter. But the crazy ride comes to a sudden end when Reggie diverts the sleigh towards a cliff in what has to be the greatest crash scene ever put to cinema.
How does she look?
Totaled! But it looks like most of the presents are...
Jesus! What, was someone delivering a nuke to the orphanage? Why did the sleigh go kablooey? With Cadbury injured, Richie heads into town to get help, only to find the Van Does making up lies about him. Ironic, considering who the mom is. And everyone is now turned on Richie for ruining Christmas. Distraught, Richie hides out in the lab.
Everyone thinks I ruined Christmas. Probably be better without me. I wish I wasn't rich. In fact, I wish Richie Rich was never born.
Ooh, be careful what you wish for, Richie, because the wishing machine is right there. Oh no, too late! Now you've wished yourself into oblivion. Or back into your own bed? Okay, if you wished yourself out of existence, why would you be back in your own bedroom? Hell, why do you even still exist in this universe? Wouldn't you be poofed into nothingness like Thanos? Even when Richie runs into Gloria and the others, they have no idea who he is. Well, surely his house robot knows who he is, right? Culkin would have pulled off that scream better.
Reggie is the Rich family. What do you mean?
A while ago, Reggie sued his real parents for neglect. The Riches were his godparents, so the court gave them custody. Then he turned around and sued them.
Oh, and you know all this how, Harriet? Are you a spy? I walked right into that, didn't I? So Richie leads the kids to where the park should be, only to find a badly CGI junkyard. Yeah, it's about time I address one of the really big glaring problems with this movie. 80% of the sets are all chroma key. I mean, I understanding CGIing the sleigh because they didn't really want to destroy that thing, but it's so painfully obvious most of the time. Richie is either standing in front of a green screen or he's passing a clearly photoshopped building. It all looks so fake and so phony that it makes the most serious scenes laughable. I have seen Asylum movies that didn't look this bad. I mean, did they just use up all the budget on Arona and the snowmobiles? Why does it look like this? Why did the filmmaker take a look at all these scenes and go, hell yeah, this looks amazing, throw it on film, who needs a real junkyard? But if there was anything that could top the horribleness of these effects, it's the presence of Reggie as the villain. With Richie not in this universe, he's currently the El Jefe of Richville, which is now a complete slum. It's like if Newark and Patterson did the fusion dance. Richie has full control of everything and everyone, including Ma and Pa Rich.
This is a stupid dog of mine. I need to wipe my hands on.
I'll make you choke on it too! It's not even the good kind of slimy villain like that kid in North. He's that loud, whiny, annoying, turn the channel heat that reaches levels that even Frank's Red Hot couldn't even catch.
Just make sure you wait until midnight. I want everybody to work a full shift. And Regina, but yes, we have to get rid of that stupid charity clinic. All those sick people depress me.
I hate sick people. Make them all go onto the streets where they can die alone. Make them drink bleach. Richie tries to talk his parents into reason, but obviously in this alternate reality, that doesn't work.
Look, Dad, we have a professor. His name is Professor Canbean.
I don't know any green bean, and I am not your dad.
I'm not your father. I'm nobody's father. Reggie sicks his guards, including Mooney on Richie, but he manages to escape them because the cops in this universe are completely incompetent. Richie could easily get away, but he decides to take Dollar with him. Why? So the rest of the movie is about Richie being wanted by everybody for dognapping the richest motherfucker in town. Good job, Richie. You goofed yourself in more ways than one. You're a moron. Richie hides out in a theater where he meets British rock band Root Canal. Earlier on during the sleigh scene, it was revealed that Cadbury was a roadie for the band before he became the richest butler. Richie introduces himself to the band.
Nails, sales, the winner. Oh, yeah.
Yeah, coffin of nails.
Yeah.
No wind in my sails. Hey, you guys got it? Come on.
Yeah, coffin and nails. There comes Cadbury. Yeah, coffin and nails. I'm shaking my hair to this.
So you're telling me that if Richie wasn't in this universe, this British rock band wouldn't have their hit single? Yeah, right. That makes total sense. By the way, those lyrics are whack. 9 Inch Nails would kick your ass. And here he is in his Clem Burke wig, Cadbury himself. Richie tries to explain his situation to his friend, but before Cadbury can believe him, Mooney and the other cops show up to arrest Cadbury for questioning. Makes about as much sense as breaking the Good Samaritan law.
Excuse me. How you doing, ladies? Listen, Axel, I'm looking for a kid. He's about this big, looks kind of like you, without the wig and the glasses. You seen him?
Yeah, I believe he went that way also, bloke.
Not sure if British or Australian or Polynesian. Richie tries to make his escape, but it doesn't go smoothly.
Hey, wait a minute. That's the guy!
Why am I yelling? Richie manages to hijack the cruiser Cadbury is in, and this leads to a big chase scene. With camera work done through a wind turbine.
Watch out!
Big ups to Richie Rich for somehow making a high-speed police chase scene suck. They managed to track down Keen Bean, who has most of the wishing machine built, but he needs the giant dinosaur wishbone to power it. So Richie, Gloria, and the others break into the museum to get it. And no lie, the scene where they're in the museum is actually really well done. It feels like a Nickelodeon version of a heist movie, but slightly better. They sneak under lasers, they use a fishing line to catch the wishbone from the dinosaur, and sneak past the guards, which turn out to be Reggie's real parents.
Just fine. See?
Well, back to Pendant Publishing. But before Keen Bean can get the wishing machine running, Reggie and the cops just randomly appear out of nowhere and arrest everybody in the room. Seriously, does Dollar have a tracking device on his collar? How'd they find everybody so fast? And to add to the assholery, Reggie steals the wishing machine and decides to use it on himself.
I wish that I could fly.
I believe I can fly. These effects make me wanna cry.
I wish I were king.
Why would you waste your wish on that? Just get a water bottle and crank up some Motorhead and you'll be money. Of course, the wish doesn't work because Dollar manages to steal the wishbone and brings it back to our heroes in jail. Unfortunately, Dollar is not Milo from The Mask. So how do our heroes get out? Remember that Spinal Tap band from earlier? Yeah, it turns out thanks to Richie, their one song landed them a record contract and gave them enough money to bail every single one of them out. In just a matter of hours. Yeah, right. The gang eventually makes it back to Rich Manor to get the wishing machine. Holy shit, it's a house robot rebellion! The gang manages to disable Arona, but then Reggie shows up and unleashes his evil chroma key and bad wire work upon our heroes. It does not work out very well. Reggie tries to make a comeback, but Mooney and the other parents decide Christmas shouldn't be cancelled, and Reggie gets grounded. Reggie is so overwhelmed by this face turn, he proceeds to do absolutely nothing, as Richie makes his wish.
I wish to be Richie Rich again. For this Christmas, next Christmas, and for every Christmas for the rest of my life!
But only on Christmas. The other 364 days, I'm Riku! Now back in his regular dimension, Richie discovers that he has been declared missing, and the entire town is worried about him, even though 24 hours ago they hated his guts for wrecking all the presents. What the hell happened that made them change their minds? Either way, he shows up to the orphanage and is reunited with his family.
It's so good to see you, Master Rich.
Responsibilities or no responsibilities, Cadbury. It's great to be Richie Rich.
Now I can rule over those poor kids with an iron fist once again. Woohoo! Hey, what happened to that orphan kid I was with? Okay, here's the story with this stupid ending. For whatever reason, the home release cuts out an entire scene that can only be viewed in the TV version, where Richie is opening gifts with his parents. Turns out Daddy Rich sold his yacht for a golf cart, while Regina sold her golf course for a giant-ass anchor. Huh? Why the hell would you trade your fat-ass yacht for a golf cart for a golf course you don't even have anymore? Ugh, who gives a crap? You guys are rich. Do whatever you want with your blood money. Oh, and Reggie shows up to apologize to Richie for sabotaging the sleigh, and all is forgiven. Why the hell did you delete this scene? It's 5 minutes long. It makes it look like Richie wished Reggie out of existence, which I'd be all for, but why the heck would you take out the redemption of your villain? And so the movie ends with all the citizens of Richville going to the giant tree in the Rich's yard, singing, "We will wish you a Merry Christmas." Finn. And that was Richie Rich's Christmas Wish. If it sounds like I'm tongue-twisting the entire time, it's because try saying Richie Rich and Reggie Rich and Regina Rich over and over again for a half hour. Also, this doesn't help. Anyway, you know, for a movie about a rich kid, I've never seen a production look this cheap. This is not a well-made movie. I know it's made for TV, but I've never seen a made-for-TV movie that looked like it was on the verge of cardiac arrest. Janky camera work, effects that would have been laughed at in 1998, giant logic holes, characters being complete idiots, and the home release doesn't even have the full ending. It's a train wreck. But at least David Gallagher and Michelle Trachtenberg are likable enough to give it some kind of watchability, and Eugene Levy can be pretty funny at times too. And I guess it's interesting to see what a take on It's a Wonderful Life looks like before it became a common occurrence. But yeah, every time the movie gets remade, a hardcore dude gets a hardcore headache. And that's gonna do it for me this season. I hope you all have a Merry Christmas, Happy Hanukkah, Happy Kwanzaa, Happy Festivus, and all that shindig. And if you want to support the Red Ribbon Reviewers, be sure to check out the website in the link in the description and see all the other videos. Until next time, I'll see you in 2024. Peace out, and cease.